If the Democrats had their way, then it would be legal for this. What would that still be wrong?
Oh, if you just make it legal?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. That's a good question. It's it's like it's a hard issue because when you're talking about giving people benefits for our country and the right to vote and make decisions about what goes on
Hmm.
here. I don't know. Who are we allowing into the country, and what's the the decision like?
Hmm.
What's a deciding process? Like, are they good citizens, people who are going to be good citizens, who will contribute to our society, and who are down on their luck in their country and they want to be here and become Americans, or are they coming over to, I don't know, sell more drugs and, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
So,
a hard question because we don't know. At the moment, the current administration, which is Joe Biden and the Democrats, and Kamala Harris is the VP still, by the way, they don't vet. They just let anyone in.
so what would the kind of normal, I mean, what are what's the procedure for becoming a legal, citizen of the United States of America? How do they decide that?
Right now, they don't. You just go in. Before you would have to have a reason to be here, work,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to have uh, processes where they determine how much value you have to the society based on education, work experience, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if those are still on the books. I suspect they're still on the books. They just don't enforce them.
Mm-hmm.
So that we're already breaking our own laws at the moment, and by
Right.
doing this, regardless if it becomes legal or not, I believe it's still wrong. It's still against biblical principles of fairness and equality. If we're talking about again equal weights and measures, you can, in my opinion, you can apply that to people. And so they say, "Well, Pastor, you're quantifying people
Mm-hmm.
into what they're worth by their education and work experience and
Mm-hmm.
this and that." I am, because I'm not doing it because I'm unkind. I'm doing it because I'm kind. We see a lot of migrants right now in major cities forming gangs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're robbing people, and they're causing violence and crime. And so if the greatest commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, love your neighbor as yourself. So one, if I love God, Jesus said, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have the New Testament yet, so he's talking about the moral code in the Old Testament. And we talked about the whole issue with the foreigner.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind to them, but they still have to follow the rules of the land. They're not doing that. They're causing crime.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, loving your neighbor as yourself. That's another argument they have against conservatives to say you're not loving your neighbor from the South or from another country by not letting them in. This is not doing that. This is empowering them, or enabling them to not love their neighbor. Because crime is not loving your neighbor. And what we're doing is we're giving them EBT cards. We're giving them credit cards with thousands of dollars on there that they didn't work for.
Mm-hmm.
And so that only incentivizes bad behavior. I mean,
Right.
look at Colorado, look at New York, all these things. And I mean, we live in California, LA, same thing. I just think it's a terrible thing.